Hi, and welcome to the very last day of 2016. I am hoping, awesome! I see a sign see a little message that says, you're live, we're building an audience for you. I love it. Okay, so I did this right. Welcome. We're just going to chit-chat for a minute, and I can let my technical support go if you want to, Mr. Pierce. Goodbye, I love you. Yeah, it's so nice to have people around who will help you and pick up the slack where you fall short on getting things done. So I'm Lauren Foster with Be Happy First, lifting a glass to 2016 and to 2017, coming up with some ways to make 2017 the year that you finally make the changes that you wanted to make in your life, and that you finally stepped up and took the helm of your ship and became the captain of your destiny, and really saw the shift where things started to turn around. We're going to talk a little bit about why most of the time resolutions don't really work. Hello, Carlina. And we're going to talk about some things that you can do instead of New Year's resolutions in order to make 2017 the perfect year, the year that you really start to see a change and see a shift, because it's never too late and it's never too early. Each and every one of us on this earth, no matter how young, how old, our gender, where we were born, not one single thing limits our potential. Our potential is unlimited. We are connected to the source that creates worlds and that beats our heart. And the only where we fall down is in not acknowledging and being connected with that power. So, and hello, Rob. I'm very happy that you're here. Happy New Year. Cheers. Happy New Year to Carlina. Hoping that a lot of my friends will drop by. I know that most people are actually leaving the house to go and party. Okay. So I'm not sure how many people exactly will be here, but I will do my very, very best no matter how many people it winds up being. So we're going to talk tonight about some of the reasons that resolutions fail. And the sad truth is that try as we might, and this is a lovely time of renewal for all of us, and it is awesome to set intentions and make plans for the next year. But at this time next year, 95% of us will be making the same resolutions that we made this year, exactly the same, because we will not have followed through with that. And there are lots and lots of someone asked what kind of wine this is. This is a Cabernet from Australia that's sold in a small box that leaves a small carbon footprint, and that's about all I can tell you about it. I'll let you know tomorrow how it works for me. So we're going to talk about some of the reasons that resolutions fail, and we're going to talk about some things that we can do differently in the new year. So one of the reasons that and there are many reasons that resolutions fail. One is that we are not in love with the reason behind the reason that we set that resolution. We're not in love with the why that is behind our resolution. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Pam Spencer. Welcome to see you. Welcome to you. Good to see you. This is only my first glass of wine, too, so all the stuttering is from nervousness, not from being hammered yet. So, Happy New Year. We're talking about the reason that resolutions don't really work for us and what we can do differently in 2017 to really make this the year of transformation for us. So, we're talking about not being in love with the reason behind the resolution, or not being in love with the why. And I have an example of this from my own life, in that I had decided at one point that I was going to do planks every single day. And I had two good solid whys. Right? Planks are horrible abdominal exercises if you don't know what they are, but anything falls into this category: sit-ups, crunches, planks, anything that you do for your tummy. I don't enjoy them, but I had decided that I was going to do them every day because I wanted a strong back and I wanted a slim body. Well, time goes by and you forget. Thank you, Carlina. I'm not nervous. You're awesome. Time goes by, and the back thing only flares up every once in a while, so I don't have a constant reminder of that why. Now, when it happens, I'm like, oh, I wish I'd been doing my plank. So the why that stayed with me each day of being slim and being thinner and having a flat stomach, that wasn't a big enough why to keep me doing that. So that's a tiny and kind of practical real world example. But in order to make real changes in your life, in order to transform yourself and do things that are really going to make an impact in the way your life unfolds, it takes a really big why. And most of us are missing that. And the other thing wrapped in with that whole not being in love with your why is also trying to use your willpower to accomplish things. This is the equivalent of putting your boat in the water and immediately in a river, a fast-flowing river, which is life. Life is a fast-flowing river. So you put your boat in and you immediately turn it upstream and you start rowing and rowing and rowing as fast as you can. And I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And you might make some progress. You might move upstream a little bit. You might stay put for a little while and not go backwards. But eventually, you're going to get tired. Your arms are going to get tired. You're going to not see any progress, and you're going to be disheartened and disappointed. And you will have to give up because you're tired, or you'll get distracted and lift your oars from the water, and next thing you know, you're back downstream all where you started. So the better way of doing this, instead of resolving to make changes, is to make a decision that you're going to get into alignment with the life that you really, really love. And we'll talk about that when we get to the next segment. But put your boat in the water and let that current take you, and be going with the flow and taking the path of least resistance, which is a less complicated concept than you might think. It's all about being in the natural flow of life and being with your regular nature. And there's my Jessie, and there's Jennifer. Hi, Happy New Year. Cheers. Cheers to you, my friends. I'm glad that you're here. So we're talking about why resolutions fail, and we've just covered not being in love with your why and trying to use your willpower instead of getting in love and being in the flow of that intention. And then the second reason, there are many reasons that 95% of us won't reach the goals that we set for ourselves at the beginning of the year. So the second one is not being clear and specific about the things that we are accomplishing. If the universe thinks in pictures, so if we can form clear pictures of what it is that we want, then the universe will gather all of its resources to come to our aid, to help us to make those pictures come alive. And so we need to get really clear and specific about the things that we're striving for and the changes that we actually want to make in our life. And the third reason that we're going to talk about tonight is not having support and not having structure. Oh, thank you, Scott, for sharing. I really appreciate it. And Happy New Year to you, Kimberly Tally Taft, my darling old friend from way out in the West Coast. So this is awesome. And I love that people are dropping by to say hello. This is what I wanted. I get to celebrate, and here's Romeo, and hang out and have a glass of wine and not risk my life out in the crazy traffic. Okay, so the third reason that resolutions don't have a great success rate is there's no structure and there's no support. You need to figure out a plan for the things that you want to accomplish, and then you need to get people in place who will help you, who will let you know when you're off track, because we can't see what's happening in our own lives. We've all known gifted psychologists, if you will, that are just amazing at helping their patients, but when it comes to their own lives, this is Romeo. He's giving me a hard time. When it comes to their own lives, they're a mess. And that's because they can't see within their own frame, and so they need their own psychologist. So those are the three of the reasons that resolutions fail. You're not in love with the resolution, and you're not utilizing the resources that you have in order to get things to happen the way you want them to, and using your willpower and going upstream, and not being clear and specific about the goals that you set for yourself, and not having structure and support. So those are the reasons that your resolutions are likely to let you down. And then the next segment that we want to talk about is the things that you can do instead of making a resolution and setting yourself up for failure. And the number one thing is to get grateful. Get grateful for the things that you have right now. Get grateful for the things that are working. Get great. When you are on the vibration of gratitude, you're also on the vibration of abundance. And so more and more of the things that you want can then flow to you. If you are on the vibration of lack, then you cannot be on the vibration of abundance. And so all you can attract is more lack. The second thing is to get a very, very, very clear vision. We touched on this, and the reason that resolutions don't work is not being clear about it, but gift yourself with the time this year to sit down and make a picture of your life in all 4 areas. No matter what you do, if you stay alive for another year, you will create in these 4 areas. The area of your relationships. Everyone has relationships. Keith, hi. Happy New Year. Miss you too. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you, Cindy. And so the comments are kind of moving past, so if I didn't say hello to somebody, sorry for that, and cheers. And I'm very happy that you're here, and I hope you hang out and ask questions at the end or even now, figuring out how all this works. So if you will get very clear in the areas of your relationships, of your health, of your joyful work, and of your freedom. The freedom category for me is the big one. This is the picture of your life that you have enough money to do everything that you want to do, to give the way you want to give, and create the way you want to create, and live the way you want to live. You have the time. So a lot of times these 4 areas of our lives will get kind of crisscrossed, and we're doing great with money. We have tons of money. We're doing awesome with that, but our relationships suck because we have no time to spend with the people that we love, and our time freedom is completely non-existent. We can't go anywhere and enjoy our money because we're too busy earning our money. So we're supposed to have a balance in all 4 of these areas. So your health, your relationships, your joyful work, and your time and money freedom. If you will sit down and use your imagination, write this out the way you would love it to be, with no restrictions, as if you had the mind and the imagination of a 5-year-old. Then this will take you forward by leaps and bounds, but way further than any resolution that you could ever write, or any attempt that you could make to use your own will to get things done. And then once you have this vision, make this vision your lover. You can remember being madly and newly in love with someone that you love, and you make time to be with them. You rearrange everything in the whole entire world in order to get time to be with your lover. Make your vision this special to you, this intimate to you, and love it and live in it every day. And then finally, build yourself a structure of support and of structure. So every well-laid plan is going to start with the big picture, and then it's going to start with long-term goals and midterm goals and short-term goals, and then just immediate things that you're going to do each day that are going to move you in the direction of that. So being grateful, having a clear vision of what you would like in all areas of your life, being really, really in love with that vision and putting it on and paying attention to it and being intimate with it every day. And then finally getting support and structure. And an easy way that you can do that is to go to my website, which is BeHappyFirst.org. And there's the annoying little pop-up window that every website everywhere has, but all we ask for is your name and your email address and permission to send you these. And starting on January 2nd, I'll be sending a message every day for 40 days that if you will and they're not in any particular order, but if you will make a pact with me that you will look at these every day and really give them thought and really try to implement them in your life by February 10th. At the end of that 40 days, you can look back at today or at January 2nd, the day that you started, and compare and see for yourself the kinds of changes that are happening in your life when you are clearly focused on your vision, when you're clearly, Terry, she has walking pneumonia, so she's watching from bed and probably not going to ask a question. Welcome, Brenda. And cheers, Happy New Year. I hope that all of you are coming with questions or something. I'm about at the end of the material that I had prepared for us tonight. Of course, I could talk forever, but we'll see how that goes. So you can go to BeHappyFirst.org and sign up for that and just give me 40 days. It's free. It's It's absolutely free, and it's a message every day, and all you're doing is committing 5 minutes to yourself each day to read it and absorb it, and then just try to keep it on your mind throughout the day as you're living your life and interacting with people in your life. So I'm so grateful to all of you who came by, and I hope that I got to say hello to everyone. It's a very different skill set to be on a camera and and looking at notes, and also looking at notes that are coming up from the people that are watching and that are joining. So, but this is how we get better. Nobody ever learned. You never see a child learn to walk without falling down a whole lot of times. So, just whatever it is that you love, start trying, start doing, start heading in that direction, and see what kinds of messages the universe sends to you, and what kinds of things happen from that. So I am hoping that you will join me for the 40 days of making this the year. 2017 can be it. This can be the time that you look back and you say, yeah, that's the year that I turned my life around. And when I breathe my last breath, I will say I've lived. I have loved. I've made something. I've made my mark on the world I created. I didn't just exist. I didn't just live the same year over and over and over again until I arrived safely at my death. So happy 2017 to you. Happy New Year. And I look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.